Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Matt. So today we are going to be doing a love reading for you. We're just going to be getting love messages from the divine for you at this time. This is a general reading, and your journey is unique to you, okay? So always keep that in mind, and just know that these collective energies are broader, but they can touch on specifics for you. And we're opening a clean, clear channel to source, to the angels, the highest source of white light, love, and truth that there is. Obviously, that information is filtered through my own perception. So, I'm me, and if you connect with me, then I'm happy to connect with you and relay the messages as they come through. So yeah, just take a second and anchor yourself in the present moment and open up your crown to receive love from the divine. You are love, and all you have to do is be and surrender to the very fabric of your being, of your consciousness, of your connection with all that is. And yeah, just receive. Okay, so we have 3 piles today. We have pile 1 with the TV show tarot here. We have pile 2 with this Naked Heart tarot. And we have pile 3 with the holographic Rider-Waite. So let's get going. Hey, pile 1. So I actually already pulled cards for you. I don't normally do this, but the first part of what I filmed, like, my words were not coming out very succinctly. And I just wanted to make sure that you were getting the messages clearly. Okay, so we are looking at your path in love and love messages for you at this time. All right, we're using the TV show tarot today, and a lot of messages around abundance, prosperity, and convention, and not feeling like a part of the system came through for you. I was getting a lot of shadow work for you, pile 1. So you feel like a very mystical being who has really had to go through the darkness in order to see the light, and this has involved you perhaps for much of your life feeling isolated, alone, in love, as far as feeling that sense of abundance and connection with life in a uplifting way. It feels like you've really had to traverse some shadowy parts of human existence to then be able to move into a greater period of prosperity and abundance and appreciation in relationships, in your financial sense of abundance. Okay, we have the 10 of Pentacles here with this Downton Abbey imagery, and we have the downstairs being represented here by the servant, and the upstairs represented by the wealthy here. So it feels like, again, you've been in sort of that downstairs aspect of life in many ways, and you've gained a lot of perspective there. You've gained a lot of compassion in that space, and it's allowed you to, yes, both feel immense pain and lack and loneliness and isolation, and perhaps a sense of self-rejection, and also rejection by society's standards, by conventional standards, by the system. Okay, but again, it's given you a sense of compassion. It's given you a sense of appreciation for what wealth and abundance actually feels like, because there are some people who were born into wealth and abundance, and it's just their everyday normal experience where, you know, there's not a whole lot of like intense appreciation. Although I'm not saying that you can't be abundant for much of your life and still be in appreciation, because that appreciation is just sort of interwoven, or can be interwoven within the fabric of the family, or just in the mental and emotional programming that makes that the norm. But for you, I'm getting that there's been this karmic need for contrast so that you can appreciate wealth and prosperity within love and relationship, and within the financial realm, and just all aspects of life in the practical sense. And I really do feel this like pivot point at some point in your journey where things begin to shift quite quickly. We have this Knight of Swords energy showing up with this Sons of Anarchy card here. And this is like representative of, again, on some karmic spiritual level, your soul's need to create its own path forward. So a lot of the lack that you may have experienced within love, relationships, money, and those things are very closely related as far as vibration. Like love and abundance is very similar. Some would say exactly the same. Okay, so it's like there's been, I don't want to say a lesson, but there's been an experience for you, Pile 1, in love and relationships where you've had to like carve your way through a lot of programming that may have felt quite dense at times, where you were made to feel wrong for being the way that you naturally were, okay, by authority figures, or yeah, it mainly stems from like authority figures, whether that be guardians, parents, teachers, just the people around you, you know. And again, sometimes we're given this contrast so that we can transcend and overcome that. And it feels like you're meant to be a trailblazer spiritually in a way, because you've been the one to do the shadow work. You've been the one to approach life in such a way that may have felt quite unfamiliar or uncomfortable for the people around you who are maybe chasing things in a more material way, but in a flimsier, false way, okay? So a lot of this reading for you, Pile 1, has to do with someone who has had to navigate their own way through the false 3D matrix, feeling very different and feeling alone, isolated, and needing to transcend that vibrationally from within first by doing deeper shadow work, okay? And this is affecting your love life and in general overall, and this has been sort of like the arc here, okay? Remember, this is a general reading, so only take the parts that resonate for you. Don't try to make anything fit. But it feels like the spiritual work that you've been doing within yourself here is rippling out and creating a positive impact in your physical reality with the people, places, and things that you engage with in any way, okay? And this is a card, Three of Pentacles is about building and growing in a constructive, creative way that is collaborative, okay? So again, coming out of a like space of feeling isolated and alone to then learning how to see through the limitations that the system, that the 3D matrix imposes on us, which are just, it's illusion, right? Cutting through illusion so that you can see that you were never really alone, that you had your spirit team with you this whole time. They were helping you build yourself up from within, and that is carrying forward. Like you, I think what this is saying is that the impact that you have on others around you is so much greater than you know, and it helps bring the vibration of abundance into any space that you enter. You don't even have to physically engage with certain people or environments. Just you doing that internal work within yourself does create a vibrational shift in your area, okay? It ripples out like a beacon and does have an impact physically, not just spiritually, okay? That spiritual energy translates into the physical. And I think that's been a lot of what your karma has been in this life, Pile 1, is about learning how energy just naturally translates into the physical. So you've had to do that deep shadow work, that spiritual work, okay? Balancing your masculine and feminine aspects, coming more into balance with that here, and perhaps navigating a sense of tradition, expectation within relationship dynamics as far as love is concerned, okay? So you may have been put up against, dynamics that were being informed or limited in some type of way by societal norms, convention, expectations, that kind of thing, or expectations from authority in some type of way. So that could have played a part in like why maybe you felt alone, or why, other people that you were engaging with or connecting with romantically, like maybe there was a feeling of lack in the dynamic in some way because of imposed expectations that were creating blocks in the energy. All right, but something is shifting here, because there's more of this revolutionary energy of, well, I'm going to bust through these blocks. I'm going to bust through these expectations, and I'm going to create on the basis of what is positive and constructive and new, not what is old and expected, right? Okay, there's an unexpected energy coming through with how you're meant to experience love and partnership in this lifetime, okay, Pile 1. And you're creating that from the inside out, remember? And it's not easy, and it's okay to acknowledge that it hasn't been easy, but it's also okay to acknowledge that there is a way forward, there's a way through, and your experiences in the shadow aspects of relationship and love are informing all of this in a positive way, not in a negative way. So you don't have to take all of the negative experiences that you've had as negative, even though, yes, the impact they had were negative. You, on another level, on a higher perspective, you can see how they were initiating you into something greater and more deeply and profoundly felt and experienced. Okay, so yeah, we're seeing the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is sort of that numbed out like energy of like, well, nothing's working out for me, nothing's happening for me in certain ways, financially, romantically. But this is an illusion, and there's some perspective shift that you can have about your experiences up until this point and about the path moving forward. You don't have to take it all on as like something that has put you in a victim position. You can see that now you have so much space to hold for a new experience in love and relationships, and there's opportunities all around you, Pile 1, to see the love that God has to offer you. But it's just about attuning to the right frequency where you can perceive it. And again, you already have been like working through the shadow within on the internal level. So that's what this is about. It's about internally tuning your radio station to what love can be, not just in a person or in a relationship, but in all the little ways that you can engage with the love of God, okay? Rather than focusing on all the ways in which you've been stuck. Okay, so that's really showing up. So for Pile 1, show me what's happening for them in love. What messages want to come through in love and romance for Pile 1? Angels. Judgment. Wow. I was thinking, this feels like a very spiritual, profound pile. And this card is about profound spiritual awakenings. This is a wake-up call to God, a wake-up call to self, a wake-up call to a higher aspect of us that is vulnerable and stripped down and naked and sometimes afraid. and the ways in which, if we truly want to experience the light and love of God, how there are some changes that we can make externally and internally in order for that to happen. We cannot remain the same. We must awaken from a deep slumber that has kept us feeling, again, numb and disinterested, or feeling at odds with life. This is about learning how to engage with life in a way that feels a little bit scary or uncomfortable. And it's a little bit testing, okay? Judgment, it's like the test. It's the test of our spirit, the test of our will and our faith, and who are you really? And choosing to see yourself the way that God sees you, and that, is a reckoning for some people. It can be an intense reckoning when you see how beautiful you actually are. Okay, it can make you feel a little disarmed, and I'm here to tell you that you are beautiful. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here watching this reading, receiving these messages. Okay, this is the laws of quantum physics that we're talking about. You're receiving this message because on some level your soul, is calling in this support, this, I guess you could call it medicine in a way, but it's really about how you are choosing to receive it, okay? Again, with this Eight of Wands, this is the Flash energy. By the way, this is The Walking Dead. I don't know what this show is, if this is like the Bourgeois or I don't know what this is. Some like bourgeoisie kind of thing. But more of that wealth energy. But anyway, we also have this speedy energy with the Sons of Anarchy, Knight of Swords, and the Eight of Wands here. So it's like, if you can just answer the call of the divine and wake up and intend to wake up from whatever has kept you sleepwalking through life in any kind of way, and just simply answer the call, energy is going to pick up in support of you. It's kind of like being carried by a gust of wind that's finally like moving energy forward from within. Okay, so again, this isn't about looking outside of you for something to change and carry you and save you. This is about choosing and asking the divine to help you help yourself. And in that, things are going to unstick quite quickly and move quite quickly forward, okay? There could be a sense of travel coming through for some of you here in some type of way, or just a sense of like unsticking yourself from some status quo, okay? So this can be a conscious decision to get out of your comfort zone in some type of way, relationally, as far as becoming vulnerable with other people in some capacity here. Love and relationships for pile one. God, what is this? The Page of Pentacles. This is Sherlock. Okay, again. Okay, so yeah. So this is about you, again, waking up from the inside, and choosing to implement that new way of being and feeling and sensing, and taking those baby steps out of your comfort zone in new directions. This isn't like, again, with the Knight of Swords, I'm feeling this is more like mentally and spiritually you having to create your own path forward and way through heavy conditioning and programming. But as far and how that does translate in the physical in a very positive, constructive way. But as far as like getting out of your comfort zone within relationships and just in your own life, it's about the little things that you do, not the big things. The little things create that rush of energy that, puts the wind in your sails and carries you farther than you might feel is possible, with everything that maybe you've experienced in your life. Okay, this is about the little things that you're doing, and we have the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom, and this is like the small, consistent things that we're doing to wake us up by moving our bodies in ways that maybe we haven't, to get energy flowing. Even doing qigong, which is quite easy, but it just requires the will and the presence and taking the time and intention to do that, to move your body in flowing ways, to show the universe that you are a part of the universe and you want to flow with the currents of energy. That the universe naturally leans in a more positive direction. Okay, so if you let go and surrender, the universe is going to lead you to what is positive. And you don't want to overwhelm yourself, because this judgment energy can be overwhelming when you're coming out of a period of shadow. And it's about just taking those small steps out into relating with people, into seeing that the world is a wonderful place filled with opportunity, and there's a lot of love out there for you. Another page, which with the Page of Swords coming out and Xena Warrior Princess coming up. So it's like, even in the little things, it's saying, I am a warrior, I am a spiritual warrior. I've had to do a lot of this shadow work on my own, this internal healing, and I'm still learning how to human. I'm still learning about navigating the physical dimension and how that affects my love life and my relationships. And it's just about being open and being a child again and stepping out into the world with fresh eyes, that beginner's mind, okay? And understanding, no matter your age, that your inner child is now reformatting its concept of life. Okay, you can be 60 years old, you can be 70 years old, and sort of come out of the cave with a beginner's mind and learn how to reframe life and the path. Okay, maybe if you've just felt so weighed down by the density of the 3D matrix, this is about saying, I still choose life, I still choose learning, and I want to grow. And with this page energy, it's like there's so much beautiful growth ahead of you. There's so much to live for. Okay, again, we're seeing this Four of Cups energy at the bottom of the deck, which is still maybe that a little bit of a stubbornness in thinking that, things are not going to change, things can't get better. Even some of you might think, well, I'm watching these tarot readings and they're all just feeding me lies and delusions, but that's not what this is here, right? This is about anchored, grounded, embodied truth from angels, from the divine, that say, that acknowledge your experience and all of the shadow and all of the difficulties, and say that it's valid and it's part of the journey. This is part of it. It's not meant to take away from your strength. It's meant to actually show you how to reaffirm and reinforce your strength as a eternal student of life, as someone who, you can live lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and there's still so much to learn. And it's still about, it's about remembering, right? It's like when you step out and have that beginner's mind, you then remember, wow, life is beautiful. Wow, there are opportunities to relate and connect, beyond my expectations, or beyond maybe the scope that I was seeing things in. Okay, for pile 1, love and relationships. This is the Queen of Cups, I believe, and this looks like Charmed vibes. Okay, so again, you have a very mystical, spiritual energy that may not have felt like it fit in certain ways, with the collective. All right, you're sensitive. There's a big energy of sensitivity coming through here, and being a little bit susceptible. And I think that there might have been like trust broken at some point with life, because your sensitivity was shut down and you were perhaps controlled, or there were attempts to control you in certain ways, which just brought your sense of confidence down in some way. But it did not take away from your inherent beauty, divinity, and sparkle and the magic that exists within. Okay. And again, there's this energy of you like working with your spirit team on the etheric levels, okay, to reinforce a sense of value and worth, and to validate your emotional experience of things. Okay, so you're very sensitive, and it's a beautiful thing. Yes, it can feel like a gift and a curse. But I think your sensitivity, Pile 1, attuned you in such a way that maybe you saw things that other people didn't about the system that you did not want to relate to or claim or choose, and that just maybe made you feel separate from other people. Okay, so I know I'm asking about love and relationships, but we have the Six of Swords. But this is really about you and your love for yourself and love for life itself, okay, and how that's shifting and evolving and, you know, peeking back out. Six of Swords is talking about moving into the light after a period of shadow. You have permission from the angels. Not that you need it, you don't need permission, but you know, if you're here watching a video looking for some type of support and insight and upliftment, here it is. It's a time of struggle is ending, and it's time to move into the light with a sense of peace and openness and eagerness to experience more and to feel what it feels like to be vulnerable with others and with life and with God, and to connect in a way that feels raw and new and like it's testing us, but it's like that there's like an excitement that can be there in the test. And it, you know, I say the word test with big quotation marks because it's really just an experience. There's no test, there's no real judgment, right? This judgment is just following, you know, our higher self and that nudge and pull, the natural pull of spirit. But it's for experience. It's not for doing it right. It's just for the experience and the spiritual satisfaction that we gain by transcending lack and, you know, and what do we want to create from that point? We don't have to create what is traditional. We can create in any way that feels right to us in our soul. Yes, we live in a 3D matrix. Yes, there's a system with certain rules, but there are also ways to bend the rules and to transcend the rules in certain ways and to do things, to play the game in your own way, and you don't have to compare it to anyone else. You get to, if you want to live an abundant life, which it's there for you, then you can do it on your terms. When you dictate a reality, the universe says yes. Okay, perception becomes reality, and so you can. It just feels like you, Pawan, are growing into this perception, this new perception of abundance out of conflict. And is this translating in partnership, relationship, love for Pawan spirit? What is this? 10 of Swords. It's the ending of old negative beliefs around love and relationships. Okay, this is an ending of one way of thinking and relating. This is Star Trek, by the way. And this is Vikings. Okay, love and relationship spirit for Pawan. The King of Wands. Okay, this is the Apprentice, it looks like, with DT. And so this is a powerful masculine presence that wants to be known in your experience, in your life. Who's coming in? 8 of Swords. Again, so much of this journey is about transcending negative, limiting beliefs, because it's all an illusion that has been created based on your upbringing in some way. Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is Merlin. This is Orange is the New Black. This is Merlin. So it's about, the illusion. Yes, there are mental patterns that are closing out. And yes, there are mental blocks here, but the Ace of Swords is coming through with Merlin to say that if you've been strong enough to navigate everything that you've already navigated within the shadow realm, you know, transmuting shadow energies, working through those, then you have what it takes to cut through these mental patterns, to open up a new possibility in love and relationship, okay? And to know that there is somebody for everybody, and that you can attract someone who's incredibly powerful and impassioned, and but you just have to choose to see this and ask God to show you where your negative beliefs are, so that you can close them out and see the way out. Okay, this is the Strength card. It takes spiritual guts, it takes spiritual resilience to choose to transcend shadow, to transcend limitation, okay, within this idea of relationship and connecting with life. But you have what it takes. Once again, one more message for pile 1. 5 of Swords with Lost here, okay? So again, this energy is giving me the sense that you can use every instance of defeat or negativity in your life, feeling like a victim of life, and you can use that as part of your story, and saying this is all informing what comes next, which is something new and something different, because I choose it, and I will it to be so, okay? And this is about the adventure that lies ahead, the mystery that lies ahead, and the knowing that you have what it takes to navigate whatever is next for you, okay? So this whole reading is just highlighting, when it comes to your love of self and your love of others and your experience of life, that everything that you've experienced has been there to help you see that you can transcend it, and that you have what it takes to transcend it, and to have a new experience in love, okay? It is there for you. It's just about these mental programs that are outdated and irrelevant, okay? They don't serve, they detract from life's experience. And just stay open to learning, to being the beginner, and to rising into the higher consciousness that's not in shadow anymore, but that's sees everything from a bird's eye view and says, there's so much more to be experienced. All right, so pile 1, that's your reading. I hope it supported you in some way. I know we're looking at shadow, and sometimes that can be triggering or upsetting, but if you made it this far, like you've really got some spiritual guts, and something new is coming in for you. It's going to be an adventure, and it's going to be empowering in some way, and there's going to be passion. There is passion for you to experience, okay? So that's your reading, and I'll see you guys later. Having a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and hi there, pile 2. So you guys chose the Naked Heart Tarot here, and I'm just cleansing and clearing the energy. And if you want to just anchor in the present moment and open up to receive God in this now moment, whatever messages you need to hear in your love life at this time, okay? We're opening up a divine channel to the most loving, supportive, grounded, yet divine energies that exist, okay? We're tapping into what your heart needs to receive at this time. Not what the ego needs to receive, but truly what the heart needs to receive in love. Oof, my heart just hurt for a second there. Okay, let's see. Pile 2, pile 2, pile 2. I'm seeing a gondola in like the Venice rivers, canals rather. And this is giving me this feeling of just going with the flow right now as far as love life. I know that that's a pretty common message that we all get, right? Okay, I'm also seeing something about boxes, putting things in boxes. Okay, so I don't know if there's an energy coming through of creating limitations within relationship dynamics, putting people in boxes, making someone into the version of themselves that works for you, or maybe feeling like other people have put you into a box in some type of way. That could be coming through here. Also, the box energy could have to do with organization and becoming more organized or disciplined in some type of way. Containment, a box is a container, so containing your energy in a positive and healing and protective way, as opposed to, you know, spilling it out in a scattered way. All right, is coming through. So pile 2, angels. What wants to come through in love? Okay, I am picking up on a very intense spiritual tie for many of you at this time here, and there's something about this spiritual tie that is solidifying the solar plexus, or it's like highlighting work around the solar plexus energy. Okay. Okay, wow. 2 big cards of sort of scattered energy or confused energy, creating a stalemate in the energy as far as love. Okay. Let's get more. So again, I was talking about containment and putting something in a box, which, you know, can have a negative connotation or a positive connotation. In this way, we're talking about uncontained energy that's a little bit ungrounded in some way here. And so this is about like, you know, grounding and anchoring, so that any mental, spiritual scatterness can sort of come back into center. Okay. There may be a sense of confusion around your love life at this time, or around this specific soul tie that I'm picking up coming through, and there may be sort of a block in like accurate information coming through about this soul tie, if that resonates for you, because spirit is wanting this scattered sort of agitated energy to kind of settle. And if, you know, we keep asking and getting confused about a certain relationship or connection, it can get a little ungrounded and actually disrupt the connection itself. So sometimes spirit puts a pause on that. But let's see what else. I'm seeing a sledgehammer crashing something. So it's kind of like that energy of putting too much pressure on something, or kind of like working something too hard and kind of crushing it a little bit with the mind. Putting too much force. There's too much force on a situation is coming through. Earth Mother. Is this the Empress, I believe? I want to say. Yeah. Anchoredness, groundedness, rootedness, connecting your root down into the center of the earth and feeling your simultaneous connection with Father God, and trusting and being embodied in this divine stream of knowingness. Okay, so we're coming out of this energy of unknowingness and confusion, and being kind of nudged and guided by spirit into a state of coherence. Wow, this is beautiful. So, you know, if you've been feeling ungrounded or confused around connection, asking, or, you know, what have you, wondering, watching all the readings under the sun, it's okay. You have to know that it's okay, but there's a nudge here from the higher aspect that sees everything, that sees the game board, that sees the direction that you're moving in. And, you know, your guides and angels are always guiding you in the direction that you desire, of your deepest desires, right? So when they see that you're getting a little scattered and ungrounded with certain energies, they will put a pause on the information, or they will distort the information in a way that causes you to then need to anchor and ground, come back to self, and become receptive, okay? Because when we're trying to get the information and confusing ourselves. That's not being receptive. That's actually a form of distorted, it's distorted feminine, but it's also distorted masculine. It's force, right? It's a form of control, and it's okay. Once again, when these things are coming up, it's just an acknowledgement from spirit that these are very human things that we do. And if you're here watching my channel, you know that the way that I channel information, it brings up things that are confronting, or that things that might not initially even resonate at first, because we're not seeing or wanting to see a certain aspect of ourselves, or it doesn't feel sometimes like feeding into the fantasy that we want to keep us feeling good, to get that sort of dopamine hit. This is like the anchored, grounded guidance from Mother Earth and Father God, saying like, spirit is with you 24/7 when you're attuned to that frequency, and this intense spiritual tie that I'm picking up is connected with you when you're coherent and present with yourself, okay, and with your 3D physical environment, and to the ways in which you can create goodness from where you are right now. And it's not about disembodying and going out into someone else's energy or out into the ether and collecting information to make us feel better. That's not where the regulation happens, Spirit is saying lovingly. The regulation happens right here, right now, with the physical stuff that's around us, by looking at the textures around us, the colors around us, and forming a sense of receptivity and regulation with those things that we can relate to in the here and now, and not, again, disembodied. So what other messages are coming through for pile 2 in love and relationships, Spirit? Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is coming out of confusion and into clarity, and knowing that the clarity comes when we're in this state of coherence. Not when we're fumbling and struggling to get a grip on something that's intangible, but when we're fully present with what is tangible, the sensations in our body, the ways in which we're taking care of our body, moving our body, allowing energy to flow in our body, allowing emotions to flow in our body, right? This is then that clearing the mental space. Okay, so this is where Spirit's guiding you right now, when it comes to this relationship, or just your love path, your union journey. Okay, Black Swan is coming through, and obsessive energy is coming through with the Black Swan, and like perfectionism energy coming through, not wanting to get the information so that something doesn't fumble, or so that you don't mess up, or so that you can know that you're doing things the right way at all times. And that comes from a perfectionist attitude that is often comes as a trauma response or survival response based on how our caregivers were interacting with us. Okay, so you want to know that none of this is like about blame or anyone's fault. There's nothing to blame, Spirit is saying. This is all just about understanding that where you're being guided, even if there's some boundaries and discipline being encouraged right now, it's all because Spirit sees that is what is leading you towards what you want, and not maybe the old habits of ungrounding in any capacity. Okay, so this is beautiful, supportive insight here from angels, and things will become clear to you around this connection, around your love life, moving forward from this anchored, balanced space where you're looking within, you're looking to God without, even needing to go to the psychics or watch all the readings or what have you, the things that can kind of confuse us or keep us. So, there is a time and a place for all of that. I just have to say it can be very healing and regulating. But for you watching pile 2, it feels like there's this sort of like adjustment or pivot happening in your energy where you're being guided back to center so that the truth can be revealed to you, and that your energy can move forward in the direction that you're meant for in a really, really positive way. And so that it's kind of like where this energy, this confusing, ungrounded energy stalls, this present, anchored, still, regulated energy moves the energy forward, okay, and brings in the clarity that you're wanting. So it's kind of like the vibe of like, you don't need to search for the answer. You don't, 11:11 on the timer as I say that. So you don't need to do as much as you think you need to do for the truth to come in, for things to be revealed, okay, for things to be made right and move forward. There's less that you need to do than you think. Okay, yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. So this is about being very anchored and present. The Empress is the higher spiritual aspect of the Queen of Pentacles. So this is so beautiful that this is showing up together. And this is just saying, you know, presence, breathing, breath work, surrounding yourself with beauty, choosing beauty as a perspective in your life, as what you're choosing to see in all things. For as much darkness as there is and confusing, chaotic energies as there is in the 3D world and even the spiritual world, it's like you can bring it all back home, call all parts of yourself back into presence and embodiment. And that's where the real magic is. That's where the pleasure of your own existence lies, okay, in your body and not something outside of you. And if your body is communicating anxiety, worry, stress, pain, tension, it's okay to just be with it and be the loving mother to those physical sensations, to be present with it in a way that maybe your own mother was not present for as within you as a child, because maybe your own mother struggled to be present with herself in those energies. And so it felt maybe safer to escape, you know, this escapism in some type of way, or ungroundedness, or focus on all these external things that scattered the energy as opposed to bring it into beautiful balance and harmony and such nurturing energy coming through for you. So this is really about mothering yourself, nurturing yourself, letting life nurture you, taking, you know, seeing all of the good that is around you. If you're attuned to the frequency of good things and goodness, you will see these things, and it's a choice. You can, if you feel like you're not, you can just from within say, I choose to tune my frequency and my radio station to that of goodness so that I can receive that, and just receive and you know, show appreciation and love for those things and for yourself. That's really what's coming through in your love journey at this time, Pile 2. What else for Pile 2 in their love life wants to come through? I know that this is not like about another person, but I think that that's the point. Is like the key right now on your union journey is about Wheel of Fortune. It's about letting go and letting God, right? This is about letting go and letting God. And your job right now in this union journey is to simply be present and embodied with self and self-loving. That's going to move energy forward, because change is the only constant. Things are not stuck. Even if you're feeling like there's a pause in a connection, or there's like uncertainty, or, you know, a little bit of a nothing happening, a stalemate, it's like that's not forever. Okay, the only constant is change once again. And with these wings showing up, it's like your frequency is rising right now, Pile 2. Okay, and when your frequency rises, you become more in union with self, with God, and by proxy with another person. That is the byproduct of you forming more oneness with God. And it's not a linear journey, and it's up and down, and we're human once again. And angels are here to acknowledge that we're human, and that's beautiful. That's why we're here, to be human, to have all the ups and downs, because the downs inform the ups. The downs help us form gratitude and appreciation and love for the ups more so. But we can also have love, gratitude, and appreciation for the downs as well. And, you know, life is ever changing. There will always be ups and downs. Even when you're with this person, or even when things are feeling really good and ideal, there will still be downs within the context of that new energy that's been established. And it's all life, right? So this is about letting God bring the changes in right now at this point for you, Pile 2. And they're going to be good, and they're going to be prosperous. Your energy is moving forward. Your love life is moving forward. Something is coming together. Something is coming into the light and being made right, and the truth is being told here. Okay. Six of Pentacles. So this connection, this intense spiritual connection, is very mutual. You have to know that right now. Oh my God, at the bottom we have the Lovers card, guys. This is a very mutual spiritual connection. The love is equal. What you feel for this person, they equally feel for you. Okay. Again, right now there's a needed experience of embodiment, presence, and self-love and nurturing at this time. And in that, realizing new truths about self and about love and about God and about the path that maybe felt inaccessible when we were scrambling, or when we had our energies split or scattered. Okay. Both of you are going through this growth process, which is positive in nature, and you're both learning how to surrender to God and to where you're both being guided and nudged, which is towards one another. Okay. I feel it in my heart. And it's about learning trust. That's what this journey feels like for you right now, Pile 2. It's about learning trust and learning that everything is a mirroring mechanism. Now, when I say that, it can be misconstrued as like, oh, if someone is treating me badly, it's because I'm bad. No, that's not what I'm saying. There's nuance in this mirror analogy or mechanism. But it's like when you, and I don't want to make generalizations, because not every person that we have feelings for feels the same way about us. But for you, Pile 2, I feel like you're in tune with this connection, because it's, again, I just see such an inextricable link between the two of you here. And you already know what's what here. You know that this is real, and you know that this is mutual. And so it's really about giving it up to God and letting good things come in. Okay. Because it feels like this person or this connection, if you don't know who this person is yet and they're just coming in, it feels like they are just so naturally guided towards you. This is a natural experience. Okay. If you are already aware of this person, it feels like this person wants to step forward and lean deeper in and be vulnerable and express more and communicate more and move the situation forward in a progressive way here that's mutually beneficial. Okay, because it's undeniable to this person, or if you haven't met them, it will be undeniable. It will be an instant recognition. Okay, because your souls are existing on very similar wavelengths and have similar energy signatures. For Pile 2, what do they need to know about love and relationship right now for Pile 2 here? Justice. Wow, another major arcana, guys. So yeah, big shift energy here. Coming into balance once again, coming into coherence, things being made right, truths being spoken. We have two of these swords of truths here. Swords of truth. Two swords of truth here. And whatever... Again, we're getting balanced energy. Six of Pentacles is very reciprocal, give and take. Justice is balanced. Okay, Chariot is balanced energy. It takes two sort of parts of the battery to generate the energy forward, and that's what is showing up here for you. So it's like two, I'm just going to say two halves of the whole, proverbially speaking, to get the point across that, like, you're both in the same position of grounding and getting in alignment so that something can move forward here as it should. All right. Messages for Pile 2's love life. Again, the Queen of Pentacles. Both of you are learning about divine presence and regulating your systems and listening to your bodies. What is my mind, body, and spirit telling me right now? How can I listen to it instead of trying to escape what my body is saying, even if it's exposing some discomfort? You know what I mean? This is about not running away from discomfort, but looking at it and inviting more balance into the equation, and not choosing, making choices that continue to confuse and unregulate you. All right. And sometimes when we continue to question and doubt what we know to be true on a spiritual level, that just causes dysregulation, when again, spirit is nudging you back into coherence and an inner safety within the situation, meaning you can trust the situation here. We're seeing the naked heart, and I don't know if this is like the Fool or Judgment XXII. Let's see. I don't know if I have the little booklet. Someone in the comments will tell me what this card is, but this is really just talking about trusting your heart and letting yourself be open and vulnerable to what God has in store for you with this connection. All right. And just continuing to lean into your own heart space and say, how can I be there for you? Okay. How can I be present with my heart? How can I help my heart feel safer just with myself and my mind? How is my mind treating myself right now? And how is my mind treating this person that I'm feeling connected to right now? You know, am I viewing them with a sense of mistrust, confusion, you know, disappointment? Like, you know, what is the tone of this connection as it exists now within myself? And how can I choose just love and choose, you know, what would love do in this situation? Would love continue to scramble and struggle, you know, or would love trust that any confusion is just the inner child trying to maintain a sense of control, or those wounds, those heart wounds, trying to create safety? So it's like you can thank yourself for trying to maintain a sense of safety for yourself, but you can also say to yourself, I'm inherently safe, and this connection is being presented to God in such a way that is teaching me how to create safety for myself, and it's doing the same for this person, and that it's creating a safe path for this connection to come into being in the way, or deepen in the way that is divine and not based out of fear, but rather out of love and care. Okay, so something is really coming into the physical here and making sense in a very healing way for you guys. Pile 2, any last minute messages? 9 of Swords here. Yeah, that's the anxiety coming up, being acknowledged. This person and you might both be having anxiety here, and it feels like Knight of Cups. This person is feeling very, I mean, both of you are feeling emotionally compelled towards one another, but for this person, it may be that their heart, the way that their heart has been guiding them, has been causing just a little bit of anxiety. Okay, because there might be a little bit of that feeling out of control or unknown factor here, or a little bit of a confusing energy maybe that has come up, causing some overthinking or protectiveness here in the energy, but their heart is compelled towards you, and you know that, Pile 2. You know that it's real. Okay, I'm seeing the number 3. Okay, so that can talk about the next 3 weeks, the next 3 months. It can also talk about co-creating with one another and building a new experience with one another, and that this is a creative process, not a destructive process. 4 of Pentacles, yeah, someone may be just holding back at this time. Okay, again, in order to create a sense of stability. 4 of Pentacles, very stable, solid, safe energy. This person may just be needing to create a sense of safety within their own nervous system at this time. Okay, so that it might feel a little bit overwhelming right now for them to come forward and act upon their heart, but they're definitely feeling it. All right. 3, there's that 3 I was getting, 3 of Wands. Yeah, it's like it's coming. The portal is open, and like what is coming down the pipeline in this connection is already on its way. You're both already on track. It's just about the energy being right with that Wheel of Fortune. It's sort of like this cosmological, energetic, right timing, aligned timing, like the stars being aligned in such a way where And this isn't about like going to a psychic and saying, okay, if there's a right time, what is that right time? It's less about that and more about just understanding that it's all on its way. You can trust the right time can be spontaneous outside of what a psychic can tell you. You know what I mean? At the bottom of the deck, we have the sun here, meaning that this is a very positive connection, and the outcome is meant to be positive within the situation and actually bring a lot of joy, and joy for the inner child here, both of your inner children, okay? This is about vulnerability and feeling safe, dropping masks with one another and letting the light just overcome this connection, and to really soak it all up and feel it. And it's like, this is that reminder that you can do that outside of this connection too, in your present moment. The sun is always there, even if the clouds are shrouding it. The sun is always there, and you always have access. And the sun represents like Christ and the Father, and you know, you can always connect with that energy. It's always there. That masculine support that uplifts you is always there, always, unequivocally. You just have to know it and choose to engage with it in that way. And this person is also there. They're thinking about you, they're feeling you, they're appreciating you, they're valuing you. This person sees you as someone with great value, and they don't want you to question this connection. Even though they've questioned this connection and it has felt overwhelming, they want you to feel loved in your life. And if they haven't taken that step forward just yet, or haven't deepened things just yet, it's because they want to be ready to be able to do the love that they feel for you justice, okay? Like that justice card that we have here. So that's why they may be holding back at this time. It's nothing negative, okay? It's just because they want to be ready, because they feel such positive energy around this connection and with you. And they want to make sure that their energy is right, okay, and stable first, and out of this sort of ungrounded, confused energy before they sort of come forward or, you know, communicate in a certain way that will move things forward, okay? So that's your reading, pile 2. I hope this helps you in some way. I'm sending you so much light and love on this journey of life and love, and God is always there with you, supporting you once again. And I'm happy I could deliver these messages to you. Let me know in the comments if this resonated, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. Hi, pile 3. This is Matt. It's so nice to get to connect with you and do a reading for you on your love life at this time. We're getting messages from God. So this is not messages from the ego, not meant to feed what we want to hear, but truly what the heart needs, the medicine around our love life. And of course, you know, I'm Matt, and I translate the energies from the angels in my way. And I hope that my way resonates for you and supports and uplifts you. Sometimes the messages examine shadow and challenging things in a truthful way, unflinching way sometimes, but we also look at the light and the love, because that's really what it's all about. And we just want to give you the message that you need here, okay? So if you're here, it's because you're emotionally aware and mature, or on that journey and wanting to grow and ground and receive goodness, okay? So let's tap in. I'm immediately seeing a golden retriever for you, pile 3, and I don't know if that's literal, something in your life, a golden retriever, a dog of some sort, a pet, or if this is an energy of like enthusiasm and excitement and playfulness and sort of like being guided and led by the heart and not so much by the mind and the ego, and just living free, carefree. So that energy could be coming through for you in your love life in some way at this time, pile 3, which is beautiful. I'm also seeing dice being rolled, and when I see that image, it's talking about, being carefree, taking chances, getting outside of your comfort zone, doing things that might feel a little bit risky. It's sort of like that fool energy coming through. here, okay? For some reason, I'm seeing the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. So again, this animalistic energy is showing up, and I'm not sure why. Maybe you really like animals in some type of way. But let's see, what wants to come through, angels, for pile 3 in their love life at this time? I just feel this like sense of like upliftment and like action and like keeping myself busy and like going out and about doing things. I'm filming this during Christmas time, the holiday season, and it just gives me that sense of like going out and doing festive things. Even if you're watching this in the summer or any other season, it's like going out and about and doing things, and your energy feeling active and vibrant. That's really coming through. So this could be you, this could be a person that you're connecting with. I just saw the 3 of Cups being flashed, which is that joyful energy of good vibrations, how you just have a really positive effect, pile 3, on the people in your life. So what's happening in pile 3's love life? Oh my God, sorry. We have the Lovers card, so yeah, that, I mean, speaks for itself. We have the Emperor showing up at the bottom of the deck. I know these cards are like fraying and peeling. But wow, guys, so there's a strong masculine energy that's lining up with you at this time. If you are the feminine, if you are the masculine, this is you stepping into your masculine power, more so into alignment and acting based upon decision, or acting and deciding based upon your desires. Okay, what it is that you want, you're choosing and you're going after, and it's choosing love, it's choosing union, it's choosing connection. This is someone who's been mastering aspects of their own energy and their own reality, and are now ready to invite in love in some way, shape, or form, okay? So this can be someone that you're calling in, someone that you're already dealing with, someone, I don't want to say dealing with, but someone that you're connected to. And the truth of the matter is, if you are divine feminine, you already are connected to your divine masculine, because you are your divine masculine. If you're divine masculine, you're already calling in your divine feminine, or you already are connected with your divine feminine because you are your divine feminine. A lot of words, but it's just true. But let's see what else is coming through for you, pile 3. Pile 3, what's coming through at this time? Okay, before I pulled this 2 of Swords, I did see, and we have the 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I was seeing someone who had a pole. It reminded me of 7 of Wands, actually. Someone who had a pole, who's kind of keeping someone at a little bit of an arm's length. Okay, so that could be showing up in some way, causing a little bit of confusion or uncertainty, or lack of action, lack of movement at this time, or lack of like progression in some type of way at this moment that you're watching this. Someone may be putting something to the side, or of being a little bit avoidant of this energy. Let's see what's underneath this. 4 of Wands. Yeah, I mean, really strong spiritual connection. I'm not going to put a label on it, but this is a really harmonious, balanced, energetic connection. It feels like this person might just be, again, we got that Emperor. They're readying themselves spiritually, energetically, and mentally, most importantly, because the mind and the ego has to play catch up to all this strong, powerful energy, and sometimes the mind doesn't know how to proceed with that, what to do with that, and that's okay. We want to hold space for it. This is a very human response for the masculine, for anyone, when something is overwhelming here, okay? King of Swords, yeah, they might be a little bit distant at this time. Feels like they're trying to wrap their mind around something they're feeling energetically within this connection here, okay? But the 3 of Wands is telling me that it's just a matter of time. Like, the energy's been activated. It's already, like, the wheels are turning, things are in motion, and the momentum has, like, energetically already been put into play here. So just because you're not seeing something come in doesn't mean that energetically it's not. All right, so let's get more for you, pile 3. Love messages for pile 3. Alrighty, love messages, pile 3. Love messages for pile 3. Whoa, Queen of Swords. Interesting, these swords energies coming through. So maybe this is talking about when there's a standstill in the energy, just sort of creating boundaries and space and seeing things for what they are now in the moment, and not for what they could be. Not, you know, yes, feeling the energetic connection, but not projecting that out into the future in a way that is not anchored or grounded. And this is just saying, yes, I accept the way that things are right now. I see it, and I'm going to act on my own behalf in accordance to what I'm seeing here. It also feels like you and this person may put each other on pedestals. Again, maybe putting each other on a little bit of like different wavelengths or different grounds, or keeping, again, with that Seven of Wands I was seeing, like keeping each other a little bit at a distance here, okay, for now, just because, again, there's an overwhelming energy. There's a lot of admiration and projection of positivity on one another that sometimes, again, we don't always know what to do with. So, but it's like, I see that this connection has root, or can grow roots and be something significant and solid, okay? Again, like the Emperor energy, the King of Wands is a masculine who is working on their own energy and becoming confident and stable within themselves, knowing how to, harness their energy in ways that are constructive and creative as opposed to destructive or stagnating, okay? So that's where they're at right now. Page of Cups, yeah, they're just getting comfortable with like the immensity of what they feel here in the energy, and they're learning how to open up into their own sense of vulnerability here, all right? Yeah, they're going through some sort of rebalancing process, and surprise, surprise, there's that Seven of Wands. A little bit of a defensive energy just because they're going through a healing, rebalancing process. They're getting more comfortable with their own vulnerability, with their own inner child, and, their own sense of security, and like their willingness to be honest with themselves about where they are in their life, and the implications of the spiritual connection that they have with you and what that means. So this is all pretty textbook, spiritual connection, counterpart type of energy here. All right. I'm not going to put labels on this, but because there's free will that exists, and there's some, timelines shift all the time. But this is just highlighting and acknowledging the truth of this connection as it stands right now. For pile 3, King of Cups, yeah, there's genuine love there, and their heart guides you and leads you back to you always, or them back to you always, rather. This person's learning how to just feel their own emotions and hold space for themselves to feel what they're authentically feeling, okay? For some reason, I'm feeling like this weight off of their shoulders, okay? So it's kind of like this sense of relief that this person is having in their life in some kind of way at this time. Yeah, weight off their shoulders, and this like sigh of relief, this exhale, this moment to just recalibrate and feel. Okay, this person might feel overwhelmed in other aspects of their life, and it feels like they are creating a space, or need the space, to just release and feel and give themselves that love. All right, so yeah, it feels like they're in a self-love journey, just as you are, okay? It feels like you're already perhaps more emotional, and so your lesson, pile 3, is more so in creating the boundaries and just seeing things as they are. And because I feel like emotionally, of course, you would naturally gravitate towards someone who has a beautiful spirit, such as your person here. But it feels like this is allowing someone to have their space, okay, to feel, to process, and to know, to see the truth of the fact that they care for you, that they feel for you, that it's real and genuine, and that you can just accept that truth. And, just because something's not moving forward in a certain way, you don't have to say, well, they don't care, whatever. Everyone's in their own process, and it's just about, acceptance. With that, yeah, healing, both of you. For pile 3 in love, what's coming through for pile 3 in love? What wants to be known? Yeah, for some reason I'm seeing a tree being stripped of bark. So definitely stripping off something, stripping off armor. I wouldn't call a tree getting stripped of bark a positive thing necessarily, but Six of Swords, yeah, this person is like moving away from something dark and negative in their life, and like towards peace within themselves. So this is a really important part of their process, and it feels like for you as well. It's like coming out of a state of uncertainty and confusion, knowing and seeing the truth as it is, but just letting things be and moving into peace within yourself. And oh my God, guys, we have the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck, creating another counterpart energy in the cards. We have the Lovers and the King Queen of Cups. So again, you're very naturally sensitive, loving, kind, caring, gravitate towards people with beautiful souls. You see that immediately and you want to hold space for that and love that and nurture that, you know what I mean? Like, but this is also about, learning boundaries and learning where to contain and protect your own energy, and again, allow space for someone in their presence and not take it personally, and just continue being the beautiful soul that you are, and being how you naturally are, and continuing to flow into peace. Five of Wands. Yeah, so Six of Swords often comes after a period of unrest. Within both of your energies, it's coming through that there's been a period of agitation, unrest, chaos, conflict, okay? Maybe this person has needed to set boundaries in their own life and be honest with themselves about the way things are in certain aspects of their own life, and moving away from conflict. And they may have been fighting this connection as well, because again, they might not have understood it. We were seeing the Emperor at the beginning, and now we're seeing the Empress, another counterpart match in the cards showing up. So like the Queen of Cups and even the Queen of Swords, like the Empress embodies all of the queens, and is anchored and grounded in the present moment, in regulating the system, eating healthy foods, moving the body in healthy ways, treating your entire system, your mind, body, and spirit, with kindness and support and nurturing, not being mean to yourself, not being not being harsh with yourself. This Queen of Swords can also talk about a sort of harshness that the both of you have learned, perhaps from mother figures who sort of lived in the mind and not as much in the heart, okay? So it's like the way in which you speak to yourself. You're both becoming more cognizant of how you're speaking to yourself in your mind. This is about you being kind to yourself, Pile 3. I'm gonna have a sip of water, okay? And I'm just gonna keep it live here. So what else for Pile 3 in their love life? What else for Pile 3 and their love life? Oops. 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. Wow. Yeah, you guys are both moving out of a period of lack, isolation. You could be both navigating insecurities within yourselves, fears of abandonment, rejection, fears of conflict within a relationship. So that could kind of be being worked through at this time, being processed emotionally. And that's why there might be a bit of a standstill in the connection here. Judgment. This is like spiritual awakening happening, deep awakenings to self and to God and to the path forward. Coming out of the shadows and feeling a bit raw and naked and vulnerable. Who am I really? What does God want from me? Where have I been inhibiting what God wants for me? Where have I been distorting what I thought God wanted for me? And, in this most simple, boiled down terms, what does God want me to feel? What do I want to feel? What do I want? Again, that Emperor energy of what do I want, and how can I be in a position where I'm ready to act on what I want and choose and move in that direction? So big energy for this person. You might be experiencing something very similar, okay? The Star, spirit-guided love here, spirit-guided connection, very, very spiritual connection here. And this is pulling out the insecurities from both of you from within. This is dislodging embedded programs that do not serve or support what love really means, what unconditional love really is. Anything that's not a high vibrational match to love is being purged out, processed out, reckoned with, okay? It's not always easy. It requires time and the allowance of working through this stuff, but it's for a purpose, and it's to clear and cleanse the soul, the heart, and come back into union with self, with God, and with each other, okay? To come out of codependency, okay? To come out of negative, toxic patterns and loops and behaviors. All right, this is all being highlighted through this connection, which can be a little bit intense and overwhelming. So just, hold space. Yeah, I mean, gosh, we're getting all of these major spiritual connection energies, intense energetic connections coming through, that's positive and creative in nature, okay, at the core. And it feels like both of you just innately feel the intensity of this. We have the Ace of Pentacles showing up, meaning that this is something that wants to anchor and ground in the physical, okay? And there will be opportunities presented for the both of you to deepen this in the practical sense, if there's been separation or distance or anything like that. But there's just opportunity within this connection that's very worthwhile, even if it's bringing up some stuff. It's like very worthwhile, and it has a divine purpose, and it comes from love, okay? You can take it easy on yourself, Pile 3, within this connection. You don't have to overthink. You can just rest easy, knowing that this person cares and loves you deeply on a spiritual level, all right? And that this situation is being overseen by God, and that you don't have to do anything, okay? You can just rest. That's really your message, Pile 3. You can just rest in this connection, in this situation, and allow for there to be a pause in the energy, or allow for there to be a processing, healing moment in the connection. It's a good thing. Yeah. And there's also some deeper like wounds within the heart space that might have kept it blocked from truly feeling and truly receiving and giving love in the ways in which you know how, because of things that you've experienced in your past, because of perhaps a harsh feminine or even masculine energy that you've experienced in your life that closed you up and shut you down in certain ways. Okay, or maybe this person, this harsh female feminine energy, or just, yeah, whatever, it might have shut this person down and made them feel like their love wasn't valued or valuable or worth anything, and that so there's a lot being processed. Again, this is like inner child stuff being processed through right now. But for this person and for you, and just, again, a lot about vulnerability and how that feels a little scary, and how maybe there may have been a sense of mistrust at some point within this connection, okay? Yeah, a lot's breaking down within this person's energy at this time, and it's good. It's just a little bit overwhelming, and it is what it is, right? It is what it is. It's like a protection thing. When people go into protection mode, when they know that they have to break down some stuff. And this situation is guiding you back into your own independence, being okay on your own, trusting yourself, trusting your guides and angels, trusting this process, coming out again of codependency or putting expectations on other people to behave a certain way for you, even with such an intense energetic connection. It's like, how can you still be okay just doing you right now? That's a big message. And it doesn't take away from the connection just to be in your own beautiful energy. Wheel of Fortune is just letting God and the universe guide this. It's not about what you're doing. Again, your job is to rest, maybe process anything internally that wants to be processed within yourself, and just letting, everything run its natural course. This is always a shift for the better. Things change, things shift and ascend. Okay, there's a higher order to this connection that's, again, operating within the higher realms, and so it's not for you to dictate right now how this should be. It's just for you to allow to, again, process through the way that it naturally will. Take your hands off the wheel, let God steer, Jesus take the wheel, that kind of thing, and just be good on your own. What else? Six of Cups, and there will be a reconnection and reunion. It's promised and guaranteed. There will be reunion, reconciliation here. There's lessons in here for you and this person about independence and about owning your own spirit and about processing and reckoning with deeply embedded stuff that needs to be released, okay? King of Pentacles, this person isn't going anywhere. You have free will, and you get to decide, if this is too triggering for you and you want to create space, but the space in and of itself is good, okay, but this person isn't leaving your energy. Even if you were to create space and just be on your own, this person's not going anywhere is really what's showing up. Reconciliation's pretty much guaranteed here. Take what resonates, of course, if that feels positive and healing. And you're not going to be in the dark forever, Pile 3. You're getting the clarity, you're getting the truth. I feel like this reading is part of you gaining clarity and truth. And at the right time, when God is ready for you to know certain things, and when this person's ready, communication will happen in a very, very honest, open, clear, positive way, all right? Again, this is something that wants to anchor or deepen in the physical. There's opportunity here, and there's communication and truth that wants to happen in this situation, but it's just there's a lot in between, and that's the purpose of these types of connections, is to clear and to heal and to reveal, and that causes some destabilization where distance and self-protection is needed. Like I said, yeah, this is something that can take you far into the future if you're just able to be good on your own. You can feel secure. I think with that King of Pentacles, you can, and all these Pentacles energies, you can feel secure that just allowing for the things to be the way they are and for being on your own right now, it's you can be secure that this is still coming back around, and you don't need to second guess or doubt or wrestle with this and create more conflict than is necessary, or make something negative. You know, anything negative that you're feeling comes from within. It's a projection of deep-seated fears, insecurities, hurt, you know, around rejection, abandonment. But this is something that's positive and stable. And with the Ten of Wands, again, right now, it's just a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot going on, and you don't want to put more pressure on this than is necessary, because the energy in and of itself within the connection puts pressure on the situation, on both of you to do what you need to do for yourselves, really, at the end of the day. Final messages. Yeah, it's going to work out the way that you would, in a way that feels good. It's going to work out in a way that feels prosperous and fulfilling and satisfying. And you're not going to be, if you can just work through your own issues, Pile 3, this is all going to work out, and you have nothing to worry about, okay? You have nothing to worry about. Just be mindful of the ways in which you attach, the ways in which you coping mechanisms, you know, obsessive thinking. Just those are the things that stem from, you know, deeper wounds, and it's all okay. We're all human. It's nothing to fear. Yeah, keep yourself busy doing other things. It's like, don't put all of your eggs in this one basket is really what's coming through. It's all going to work out if you can just do your own thing. Stay busy. You know, you can, you know, connect with other people in meaningful ways and heal through other relationships and connections. And this person will be doing the same in their own way, okay? You don't want to put limitations on anything. You don't want to put anything in a box or say, well, this can be only this way. All right. I forget was that this reading that I was getting, the putting things in a box energy? King of Swords, Empress. Yeah, it's just about seeing things the way that they are, being honest with yourself in the situation, knowing that there's a higher order to all of this, and just being good with yourself and anchored and grounded in your own beautiful divine feminine energy, if that's where you are more dominant. Okay? Creation. Spiritual awakening. You're on the path, Pile 3. You're doing it. I'm so proud of you. Again, this Spirit's saying this person isn't going anywhere if you just continue doing what you need to do for you in your own life, building up your own sense of abundance, continuing to work on your own sense of vulnerability, okay? Continuing to connect with the divine with your own psychic faculties here. Meditation is coming through big time, guys. Meditation is everything for you right now. If you're not already doing that, definitely lean further into meditation. Hanged Man, release and surrender and allowing, and just seeing this all from a divine perspective. That's really the energy I'm getting for your love situation right now, Pile 3. I hope it resonated for you. Definitely let me know in the comments how this landed, and I am doing personal readings. I'll leave my email in the description box below, and you can shoot me a message, and I'll see you later, okay? Bye, guys.